3 years ago, I was a guy that just had a dream to race at the highest level in triathlon and prove that an Asian American kid could break barriers. From my first triathlon to now, there's been lots of ups, downs, challenges, and today I want to share how I made it as a professional athlete, what I learned, and what it really means to me. Let's dive in. Growing up in a Chinese American family, there was always this pressure to succeed, but as I entered middle school and high school, I didn't quite fit in. My parents were strict, they worked hard to give me opportunities, and to be honest, I wanted to make them proud. But what I didn't realize was how much this desire to prove myself would shape my journey. I wasn't just trying to succeed for me. I was trying to prove to everyone, especially the Asian community, that we can break through barriers and do things that others might not expect from us. I swam my whole life, even competing at the national level. But it wasn't until after college that I found triathlon. I graduated from college, moved across the country, and suddenly I was trying to figure out what came next. It was in 2020 when I decided to try something new. I had just graduated college in May 2020 from Virginia Tech. I stopped swimming, the pandemic hit, the pools and gyms were shut down, so I started biking and running. I bought my first road bike and signed up for my first triathlon the following year in 2021. Little did I know that would set my stage for a whole new chapter of my life. I had no idea what I was getting myself into. I hired a coach. I learned how to bike, how to run, how to train better for those biking and running, and still maintain my swimming speed from my college swimming years. My first triathlon was Ironman 70.3 St. George in May of 2021, and I absolutely loved it. The mix of putting 3 sports, swimming, biking, and running into one race was quite an experience, and it wasn't just about the physical endurance, but also the mental endurance as well. As I raced through 2021 while working as a software engineer full-time, I became faster. I traveled from city to city locally to race different races, sprint, Olympic, Ironman 70.3, and my first Ironman in November 2021 at Ironman Arizona. Raced all the distances and found out I was eligible to turn pro after 7 months of racing. In March of 2022, I made my professional debut at Clash Miami and quickly realized that being a professional wasn't as glamorous as it seemed. It was tough, but what kept me going? The same desire to prove to myself and to my community that we could achieve greatness no matter where you came from. Turning pro was a huge step, but it didn't mean everything magically fell into place. Every race felt like a challenge. I was training full time, racing around the country, struggling with finances, posting YouTube videos, starting my triathlon coaching business, and constantly wondering if I'm good enough for a professional. But I kept pushing forward, I had goals, and I wasn't going to let anything hold me back. I raced for a few years, Ironman 70.3 Oregon, Ironman Penticton, Ironman Canada, Ironman Texas were some of my most defining moments of my professional career. Each time I crossed that finish line, I learned something new, not just about the sport of triathlon, but about myself. There were days I didn't feel good enough, but I had the mindset that kept me in the game. Being an Asian American professional athlete hasn't always been easy. The lack of representation in triathlon was something I noticed early on, but I knew this was bigger than just me. I wanted to show that no matter where you came from, you can make it to the top. I wanted to prove that people like me can break into the world of professional sports and make an impact. The toughest part, balancing everything. The training and expenses. I didn't have big sponsorship deals or financial support early on, but I had to keep working hard and keep hustling by working on my personal brand online. Some days it felt like I was fighting not just the competition, but myself. But through all of it, I found a purpose. I realized that triathlon is more than just sports. It's an outlet for me to inspire and empower people to achieve greatness, both in sport and in life. It's about resilience and working hard, even though when things seem impossible. And with each race, I got stronger, a little bit faster, and closer to reaching my goals. Before we continue, I want to give a quick shout out to the sponsor of today's video, Journey Optics. As someone who's Asian American, I've always struggled to find glasses that actually fit my face, especially during the runs. Most pairs would slip, bounce, or kind of sit awkwardly, like sitting on my cheekbones. This is because I have a lower bridge nose. Now I found Journey Optics. They are an Asian American founded, built specifically for low bridge nose like myself, lightweight, stylish, and most importantly, they stay put whether I'm racing or out training for a run. So if you ever have the same issues, go to journeyoptics.com and use my discount code thesimonshi for 15% off your purchase. Now let's dive back into the story. Looking back, it's crazy how far I've come. From that guy trying to prove himself to the kid that didn't fit in to now, I've learned that the journey is just as important as the destination. The biggest lesson I've learned is growth doesn't come overnight. It comes from showing up every single day, even when times are tough. And one of the best things I've learned as a professional athlete, it's okay to struggle. It's okay to have bad days. The key is to push through that, find strength in your weakness, and keep moving forward. As I look ahead to 2025, I know that my journey is far from over. The goal is clear: to qualify for the Ironman World Championship as a professional athlete and continue representing not just myself, but my community, to show that we, as Asian American, can do whatever we set our mind to. Triathlon has taught me so much about perseverance, humility, and the power of community. And if there's one thing I want you to take away from this story, it's this: don't be afraid to chase your dream, no matter where you come from. You belong in the room and you can break barriers. This is just the beginning. Thanks so much for the support, and let's see where this takes us. If you're enjoying this, don't forget to like and subscribe and follow along as I head to Ironman 70.3 Shanghai on May 25th to race my first race in Asia, and I can't wait to bring you along for the ride. Go have a great day. Thanks so much again, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
I believe that's Simonshi. I'm noticing the Rubik's Cube on his arm, which is a dead giveaway. Simonshi, amazing young man. Software engineer for General Motors, also a triathlete, but maybe more famous for him solving Rubik's Cubes as well as solving them underwater. I sat down and asked him, I said, what was the reasoning behind this? And he said, well, I'd seen someone that had a 17 square. That's the one he's working on right now in the water. A 17 square Rubik's Cube. He said, I solved it in just over 4 hours underwater. What a day. I had an opportunity to sit down with Simon and talk to him about what this route, this journey was for him. His first ever triathlon is taking place right now. And we're sitting here with Simonshi. You're getting ready to start your very first professional triathlon.